although I'm not into conspiracy, but all of this data coming both from Christians and non-Christians about this evidence uh, that are left by these beings, they're physical, yet their background, it's pointing out to be spiritual type of beings. I love when you said that when applying triangulation, eyewitness data shows over time that aliens, quote unquote, keep pace with our technology. For example, they keep getting faster, as well as with our scientific knowledge of astronomy. For example, currently they say that they are from a different distant planetary system. Before that, they would change when people were less advanced and our science was less advanced. They would say, oh, we are from this planet, or we are from this solar system. But as far as our science keeps improving, we keep getting different answers from these entities. And this is, to me, very suspicious, and a solid argument, at least to me, that these beings are not just, some,
Well,
aliens
again,
that
I'm
we may
not
think.
alone in that. Other physicists who are not Christians have pointed out there's something deceptive about this phenomena because the story they tell the human contactees keeps pace with lay level knowledge of astronomy, it keeps pace with our technology. The UFOs of 100 years ago were slow moving dirigibles in the atmosphere. World War II, they were the Foo Fighters moving at the speed of sound. Now they're moving as fast as our fastest spaceships. And as you pointed out, 100 years ago, they said they were from the backside of the moon. But when people realized that's not credible, they changed their story and said they were from Venus. And when people realized how hot it is on Venus, they said, well, we're from Mars. Now they're saying they're from another planetary system. And it was Alan Hynek that pointed out that when you have these close encounters of the third kind, where people are put into a trance and they engage in automatic writing, there's a considerable body of literature that comes from those close encounters of the third kind. Probably the most famous example is the Urantia Book. And that's kind of the Bible of several UFO cults. There's actually 4 major UFO religions that are practiced here in the United States. And the Urantia Book is, depending on the edition, it's between 1,000 and 4,000 pages. And it's a book that was transmitted from a UFO being to a human contactee. A third of the content of that book is denying the deity of Jesus Christ. So, from a Christian perspective, that's another piece of evidence. We're dealing with beings that are out to deceive us.
Yes, I'm reminded of my class I had at Moody Bible Institute. It was called Bible Intro, and we were learning how the Bible was written, how it came to be, how we got the manuscripts. And you will never read, at least I'm not familiar with any contemporary biblical scholar who would say that the Holy Spirit will fall onto a prophet or an apostle, and when they will be writing the scriptures, they were never sort of possessed like people who seem to be in these New Age cults, writing all these books, thinking they're holy and they're revelation from aliens who wishes all progress and love and whatnot. You don't see God using people like that. Rather, we see that God uses all our intellects, all our skills, different genres, different type of writing. So the way God is writing Bible and all these people writing all these UFO books, you see a big difference in how God versus other entities, how they're using people, because God
Now, that's
never
an excellent
possesses.
point that you're making. God never asks us to lose control of our mind. In fact, you'll see exhortations, particularly in the Old Testament. Don't get drunk. Avoid anything that will cause you to lose control of your mind, because that's when these fallen angels can come in and take control over you. So God always exhorts us, retain control over your mind. And God never asks of any of the human authors to go into a trance. That's why you see the author's personality uh, being preserved in what they record. I mean, if you look at the 4 Gospels, you can see a distinct writing style of each of the 4 authors of the Gospels. And so it's important. So, hypnosis, going into a trance, taking drugs, alcohol, anything that's going to cause you to lose control of your mind.
Mushrooms.
Yeah, exactly. Don't do it, because you're opening yourself up for possible control over your brain and body.